Welcome, family, back to Heart Posture. And today we're going to get into the covenant identity. All right, what it means to belong to Yahuah in this generation. Covenant identity begins with Yahuah, not us. Covenant identity always starts with Yahuah's initiative, not human effort. So scripture says, Exodus 6:7, I will take you to me for a people, and I will be your Elohim. Deuteronomy 7:6-8, Yahuah chose Israel, Yasherel, because he loved them, not because they were numerous. Jeremiah 31:33 says, I will be their Elohim, and they shall be my people. This means identity is received, not achieved. Identity is revealed, not invented. Identity is rooted in relationship, not performance. Covenant identity is Yah, choosing a people, not people choosing Yah. Covenant identity has 3 layers. A, calling. Yahuah calls his people to himself. Isaiah 43:1 says, I have called you by name. You are mine. Deuteronomy 4:10 says, he called Israel to hear his words and learn his ways. B, covenant. He gives his instructions, his ways, his heart. Exodus 19:5 says, if you obey my voice and keep my covenant. Psalms 103:17-18 says, his covenant is with those who keep his commandments. C, his character. He shapes his people to reflect him. Leviticus 19:2 says, be holy, for I, Yahuah, am holy. Deuteronomy 10:12-13, walk in his ways, love him, serve him. Covenant identity is not just being a good person. It's belonging to him and becoming his through Yahusha. Covenant identity in the Hebrew scriptures says obedience. That's Deuteronomy 28:1. The Torah, Psalms 119:1-2. Community, Numbers 15:15. Holiness, Leviticus 20:26. Justice, Micah 6:8. Worship, Deuteronomy 6:5. Remembrance, Deuteronomy 8:2. The prophets repeatedly cried, Jeremiah 3:12, return backsliding Israel. In Jeremiah, go and proclaim these words towards the north and say, return thou backsliding Israel, Yasherel, saith Yahuah, and I will not cause my anger to fall upon you. For I am merciful, saith Yahuah, and I will not keep my anger for you forever. Then Hosea 6:1 says, come and let us return unto Yahuah, for he hath torn, and he will heal us. He hath smitten, and he will bind us up. Because covenant identity is relational, a relationship, not merely genealogical, right? Covenant identity after the scattering, after the exile, and diaspora. Tribes scattered, Deuteronomy 28:64. Languages changed, Nehemiah 13:24. Cultures mixed, 2 Kings 17:24. Records lost, implied in Ezra 2, genealogical gaps. But Yahuah promised, Jeremiah 31:10, he who scattered Israel, Yasherel, will gather them. Ezekiel 36:24, I will take you from among the nations. Jeremiah 31:33, I will write the law on their hearts. Covenant identity becomes internal, not external. Not just lineage, but loyalty. Not just ancestry, but alignment. Not just history, but heart posture. Covenant identity today. A heart turned toward Yahuah. Deuteronomy 36:30, Yahuah will circumcise your heart. B, a desire to walk in his ways. Psalms 119:35, make me walk in the path of your commandments. Not perfection, but direction. C, a return to truth. Jeremiah 6:16 asks for the ancient paths. D, a hunger for holiness, 1 Peter 1:15-16, quoting Torah, be holy in all conduct. E, a sense of being called out. Deuteronomy 14:2, a people set apart. John 17:16, they are not of the world. F, a longing for restoration. Ezekiel 37:11-14, dry bones awakening. Deuteronomy 30:3, Yahuah will restore and gather his people. Covenant identity is not about superiority. Covenant identity is not we're better, we're chosen, you're not. Scripture makes this clear. Deuteronomy 7:7, Israel Yasherel was not chosen because they were great. Amos 3:2, you only have I known, therefore I will punish you. So for Yasherel, the 12 tribes get punished more than those who weren't originally chosen by Yahuah, right? Because he holds Yasherel to a higher standard. Romans 2:11, Yahuah chose no partiality. Covenant identity is responsibility. That's Deuteronomy 10:12. Obedience, Deuteronomy 11:1. Humility, Micah 6:8. Service, Deuteronomy 10:20. Representation, Isaiah 49:6. Covenant identity is about purpose. Covenant people carry God's character, Yah's character, Exodus 34:6. God's compassion, Psalms 103:13. God's justice, Deuteronomy 16:20. God's truth, Psalms 119:142. God's presence, Exodus 33:14. They are called to teach, Deuteronomy 6:7. Heal, Isaiah 58:8. Restore, Isaiah 61:4. Reconcile, Malachi 4:6. Shine, Isaiah 60:1. Covenant identity is a mission, not a medal. The awakening today, people worldwide are experiencing identity stirring. That's Hosea 1:10. Spiritual hunger, Amos 8:11. Return to scripture. That's Nehemiah 8:1-3. Desire for holiness. That's Psalms 51:10. Longing for truth. Psalms 25:5. Rejection of idols. Joshua 24:14. Clarity of purpose. Isaiah 44:5. This is Deuteronomy 30 unfolding. When you remember who you are, he says, I will gather you. Covenant identity today is awakening of the heart. The core message for today is covenant identity is not about where you come from. It's about who you return to. It's not about labels, tribes, DNA, debates. It's about obedience, Deuteronomy 10:12. Alignment, Psalms 119:133. Holiness, Leviticus 27. Purpose, Isaiah 49:6. Relationship, Jeremiah 24:7. And covenant identity today is Yahuah calling his people back to himself. So I thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, peace, love, baraka, mishpachah. Peace.